Alright, well, looks like we might be live here. Been having a few issues trying to get this guy going. But hi, I'm Justin Moore, and this is my first attempt to do a live streaming video on a DJI Phantom 3 Professional. We're at beautiful Bullis County Park, which is in the northern part of Bexar County. And one of the things that I've already done is calibrated the compass on the Phantom 3 Professional. So there's a full pre-flight that you have to go through and status that you get. Don't know if you're getting the screen view or not, but there's a status that you go through that checks the status of the communications, make sure that everything is good to go, shows where we are on the map. Then we can go back to the camera view. But this is Bullis Park, and you're seeing this live. This is through the camera. The camera on this drone is a 4K camera, Ultra HD. I wish I had a big screen monitor that could display the beauty of all that, but we'll see what the image quality is. You guys will have to let me know once we get to that point after the video. But what we've done is we've checked the compass. We're going to check the sensor value real quick, and that looks good at 1500. We are also going to check some advanced settings like the fail-safe mode, so it looks like we're at 61 meters. If I lost a remote control connection, it would climb to 61 meters, which is about 200 feet, and then come back to the home point. We're also going to go back over here, make sure multiple flight modes is enabled, which is more of an advanced function, but it gives me some other options. Going to make sure that the aircraft is in the right mode. We're also going to look over here at, we've looked at gain and expo tuning, we've got that set. So let's go back over here. Looks like we've got very little interference out here at a public park, which is understandable. We're checking our battery voltage, make sure everything's good, 4.20. Pretty even across there. If one of these cells had a big difference in voltage, we would know, and that might be a non-check on pre-flight if that didn't happen. So we're getting close to 8:30, so we're probably going to get this thing airborne. Sorry, I didn't know that it was going to create a link. So those of you that got a link that was an old one, I apologize for that. It looks like the DJI Pilot app that I'm using to do this wants to create its own YouTube stream and its own URL, etc. So without further ado, let me check one more thing. We'll put the camera in program mode so that's automatic, since I'm not going to be doing much in the way of photography here. So let's start the engines on this thing. Alright, so engines are started, and one of the first things we do is to put the bird up probably about 5 to 6 feet to make sure that it's operating correctly. So nothing is more, not responsible than just taking off and flying straight over, heading up to 300, 400 feet and then discovering that you have an issue. So let's take this bird up to about 4 or 5 feet. I'm going to hover right there, and it recently got a firmware update, so that's another reason I'm out here testing some of these functions. It's using a GPS signal to hold its location, and so that's why you're seeing it not moving around. Even though I'm not touching the controls right now, it's holding its position. And again, this is Bullis Park. It's in the northern part of Bexar County. You just go out Blanco Road for about 2 miles. It's a beautiful park, definitely a place to come visit if you haven't seen it before. And hopefully, if this technology works, we'll have an opportunity for you to get to see some of the park. So right now the pre-flight check's looking good, and we're going to go ahead and take it up a little bit. And just start to give you a little aerial perspective. What's beautiful about this technology is how things start to be revealed for you. And as we climb up to about 50 feet, we're starting to see this beautiful park revealed to us. One of the other reasons why I come out early in the morning when I do park work is because you'll notice there's a lot of cars here, but those are cyclists. I'm usually one of them that's off riding their bikes in the Bullis County area, Bullis County Park area. This is a good starting place for a lot of good rides. So we're just going to go forward a little bit. We're just at about 63 feet. As you'll see, this is just an absolutely beautiful park. Trees everywhere. And we'll hold position about right there. We're over a group of trees. And I'll just pan a little bit to let you see here the playground area, which they've been working on here at Bullis Park. And we'll take her up to about 100 feet, just to reveal a little bit more of the landscape. Beautiful park. Just a few things here. FAA requires us to stay below 400 feet, so we're at about 95 feet. You can tell that not sure what the fascination is with going at a much higher altitude. I do a lot of my work at 200 to 300 feet max, and actually there's a lot of beauty in low altitude, 150 feet or less. But let me just pan around a little bit and let you see this beautiful park. It's just a gem here. It's a county park, and it's a great place to come hike, come walk your pet, bring the kids to the playground. I brought my daughter there several times. It's one of her favorite parks. So, look at that beautiful place. Just an amazing park. Again, this is a DJI Phantom 3 Professional. Hopefully this is all coming through to you. Alright, I'm going to bring you down low and let you see who's operating this thing. There's actually somebody behind the controls here. Now, one of the things that you got to learn when you're just starting out is when you turn the drone to where it faces you, well, guess what? All your controls are reversed, just like a regular remote-controlled airplane. So if you can see that speck down there, that's me, and we're at 65 feet. I also want to point out to you here that at 65 feet, I can see the drone quite clearly. However, you can probably barely see me down there. And so from a snooping privacy perspective, really these drones, to be true nags or true privacy violators, they would literally have to be 10 or 20 feet above your backyard. You'd know about it. They're very loud, as you're going to see. I'm going to bring us in here. That's already 42 feet. You're probably already hearing the drone. And again, I'm not very distinguishable there. So again, privacy-wise, this is just not the, scary, sneaky thing that a lot of people are worried about. It's clear here at 30 feet. You're probably hearing the drone already. Still don't have a really great view of me yet. Maybe you never get a great view of me. We'll see about that. Coming in closer now. Now we're at 20 feet. You're probably clearly hearing the drone. This is maybe the first time you're starting to see maybe who I am. 20 feet. So no spying with this technology, not unless if you're in the backyard, you would know very well about it. Now this is 14 feet, and as you can see, you would be quite well aware of a drone like this. This is 10 feet here. Great to see you. Thanks for being here with me. But I'm sure you're going, alas, Justin, I'm not really here to see that. So beautiful park. Again, Bullis County Park, Northern Bexar County. It's a beautiful place to bring your family, very popular sometimes on the weekends, but at the same time, less busy than a lot of city parks that are more in the mainstream San Antonio area. This is a county park. And again, it's we're about 56% battery power. You get about 20 minutes or so with this. I'm pretty conservative, so I usually bring it down by about 30%. Those of you that work me know I'm ultra conservative. I want to make sure I do everything I possibly can to keep things safe. You can take pictures at any time. There's a shutter button. There's basically full camera control. And it's, you know, as a pilot myself, before this technology came around, and as a photographer, this is just such a blend of two of my passions, to be able to have a flying camera, which is basically what this is. So I'm going to give you another view of the park here. Again, I'm pretty conservative. Believe me, I could fly this thing to the entire other end of the park, but another FAA requirement is a line of sight. So it doesn't take long for this small, about 6-pound drone to get out of my field of vision, and that would be against the FAA guidelines. And as a private pilot, I have a lot of respect for the FAA. I got a lot to lose. Let's just do a slow crawl over these trees here. Beautiful to see the sun. Some people will fly a drone with it's called a FPV, where you fly the drone beyond visual line of sight, and you use the view to see what you're doing. And that is both awesome, and it's something that you have to be very careful about, because I'm right now keeping my eye very clearly on that drone as it gets close to these trees. It's not nearly as close as it looks. The camera does allow me to do a full pan down. Lets me explore here. Beautiful park table there. Bullis County Park, Northern Bexar County, great place. Lots of great cycling. As you can tell over here, we got lots of folks parked. A little bit of wind today, not too bad. Wind's a factor. One of the reasons it's a factor is, while all this GPS technology is great, if for whatever reason there was an issue with that, you would need to fly this unmanned aerial vehicle manually. And as soon as that GPS technology gets turned off, this bird will start to drift in the wind. And when it does that, if you're not comfortable or familiar with that drift and know how to compensate for wind like that, it can really be a scary situation. That's very unlikely to happen. This technology has a number of redundant features that keep things very safe, including an automatic return to home if the battery gets low, etc. We're at about 38%, so I'm going to go ahead and bring us down. Just want to give you another view real quick of the park. There's the playground. Definitely come out here to Bullis County Park. It's a beautiful place to be. I'll give you one quick view, aerial view, take you up to about 80 feet. And beautiful place. Let's see if we can bring her in and do a greaser landing for you. That's what us pilots call it. We try to land things like a butterfly with sore feet. So now that I've set it up like that, I'm sure I'm probably going to have an issue. So let's see if we can make this happen. 36% battery power. We're showing voltage 3.6 volts, so that's in the yellow. We're going to go ahead and bring her in. Before we do that, I just want to say thank you so much for joining, and post comments. Let me know if you have any questions about this technology. Hopefully I wasn't just talking to myself for the last 20 minutes. That's possible. So have a great time, and let me know if you have any questions. This is a beautiful, amazing new technology. Opens up a lot of opportunities for folks, but it's also something that has to be used responsibly. There's no doubt about that. All right, let's see if we can get this landing going. Enough about Justin. Coming down into, as we get closer to the ground, it gets harder. We have returned to Earth. All right. Thank you so much. It's been a great pleasure to be here and share this with you. Take care. Bye-bye.